really, this is a 100, that's the first time in my life I'm saying this. This is a 100% recommendation, guys. Technically, I don't do reviews anymore, but this is a product that I can get behind 100%. Ladies and gentlemen, the Rollerblade RB80 Danny Aldridge Pro model. That's gonna be a quick one, guys, because really, I think it's almost perfect. And technically, the RB80s are more of a beginner skate, but the fact that this is Danny Aldridge's favorite model from Rollerblade tells you a lot, because really it is super comfortable. They are wide, so your feet can actually be in there comfortably and not have any pressure points for hours at a time. I'm talking 5 hours, 6 hours at a time. No problem at all. The liner, great. There's enough padding, but not too much. So it's really super comfortable. You get your feet locked into place really nicely with that 45-degree buckle and the top buckle, which are absolutely high quality buckles. So it's not your usual cheap buckle that you're used to seeing on some skates. Those are very nice buckles, and the lock is absolutely perfect. The power transfer is very good, even though this is a plastic skate, because there are two metal plates sunk into the plastic shell to connect the frames directly to those metal plates. So that's nicely done. The frames, the Rollerblade free skate frames, they do their job. They're good. The hardware, everything, very nicely done. Rollerblade Hydrogen wheels. In my opinion, those are the best wheels you can get. They're good for everything. They're good for sliding. They're fast. They last you quite a long time. It really is like so close to perfection. Only two things I'd like to mention. One thing is the shock absorber. There is something like a shock absorber, but it's really thin, so you don't get much shock absorption. The question is, do you really need a lot of shock absorption on an urban skate like that? I don't think so. That's one thing. And the other thing is I switched out the insoles. I put a pretty beefy Cetus insole in there, so that compensates the lack of shock absorption in the skate, and it's enough shock absorption for me, so that problem is absolutely solved. The other thing I wanted to point out are the laces. They are quite cheap laces. They're pretty thin, they're round, they're not waxed, so you can't really use those laces if you need to. But I think you don't actually need to tighten up your laces that much, because you've got those two phenomenal buckles, and these two buckles alone will keep your foot in place. I just do up my laces, not very tightly, just put them in place, and that's fine for me. But if you want it, you can of course swap out your laces. That's no big deal at all. So these two minor lacks are not at all affecting my experience with those skates. So I feel like really this is a 100, that's the first time in my life I'm saying this. This is a 100% recommendation, guys. This skate, the RB80s, any model of the RB80s, the difference is mostly in the wheels. I think the Pro versions, they come with hydrogen wheels, and the normal versions are Supreme wheels, I guess. But really, if you're a beginner starting out, the normal versions will do. And if you want the hydrogen wheels, get the Pro version. It's worth it, and they are phenomenal for everybody. Phenomenal, 100% recommended by me.